our
I
speaker.
will. Today we have Sean Jones. He is the systems navigator for Exceptional Family Member Program at Fort Riley. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, and his program, and we welcome you here.
Thank you. So yeah, again, my name's Sean Jones. I work for EFMP, the Exceptional Family Member Program on Fort Riley. A little bit about myself and how I got to this position. I'm prior service in the Army. Um, Towards the end of my career in the Army, I was going through some medical stuff, getting ready to get out. And to keep me safe and try and keep me as long as they could, they kind of stuck me in a little office in the corner. I was and I was platoon sergeant slash training room NCO, and but most of all, I was just there to help out with soldiers. And a lot of soldiers would come to me with issues, life issues, career issues, whatever they had. That's kind of where I found my niche, I guess you would say, of helping people. And I found I was good at it, good listener. And I said, well, how can I make this a career? And I realized in the form that I wanted to help people and soldiers is I had to go to school for it. So I went to school, got my degree in human services, behavioral science, and I started my career from there. And I tried the civilian world, and working with them, it was an easy transition. But I wanted to get closer to the soldiers again. I knew that lifestyle. I knew where they're coming from. I knew what they're talking about. And so later on, a couple years after the civilian sector, I came here to Fort Riley with my wife. She's still active duty, by the way, so I follow her around to duty station to duty station. So I said, now that I'm here at Fort Riley, I'm going to take the opportunity and contract with the military, see how that goes. And that's how I got into the EFP program. And so far, I love it. I'm back with soldiers. I'm seeing them every day, giving them briefs, helping them through situations. I kind of extend my help beyond the EFMP program. And as I get to talk to them and interview them, I see they need help in other areas. That's where I can refer them to the programs that they need to get to, and programs that helped me when I was a soldier. So um, I think it's a good fit for me, and I like it so far. I'm gonna stick with it. Um, and EFMP is a great program. If you're not familiar with it, its primary role is to help soldiers PCS to duty stations that have the medical support they need for their dependents. If a duty station doesn't have it, we're not going to send it. My primary goal is to make sure that they have the resources they need here at Fort Riley and the surrounding areas to make sure their families are taken care of. Um, and we put on different types of events, such as our biggest one, which is the Special Needs Rodeo that's coming up in July. That's our major annual event that EFMP puts on, and I was there for it last year. Last year was my first one. When Lauren McCauley was still here, she helped guide me through the ins and outs of how to get it set up and everything. And being there at the rodeo, it was a wonderful outcome. And I seen a lot of our EF&P families, and I seen a lot of other outside agencies come in and come together, and they really enjoyed it. It was a really good thing for the community. And Lori was worried that it wasn't going to happen anymore now that she retired. Um, but I told her, I said, we're going to keep this rolling. The community really likes it. The Junction City Roadie Association loves it, and they were kind of worried about it not continuing on without Lori. But I gave Lori a promise. I said I'll make sure it keeps running as long as I'm here. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna keep pushing for. Other than the rodeo, we do put on other events, smaller events, not as big, but also coming up is our swim lessons. So we rent out the Fort Riley Aquatic Center, the pool over there by the bowling alley. And we reserve it for 2 hours, a few times throughout the summer. We have about 11 different sessions, and it's just exclusively to the EFMP families. And they can come in, they get a little um, instruction of swim, basic swimming skills, and then they get about an hour and a half of free swim to work on that skill they were taught that day, or just splashing, whatever those families feel like doing. And it's exclusive to EFMP because we do have children that have sensory overloads and things like that. So it's a small group. You don't have all the big kids doing cannonballs in the deep end and making it a hostile environment for them. So that's a really good event that we like putting on annually as well. Um, and I don't know if you guys been to other events on Fort Riley, such as the Easter egg hunt, the month of the military child event, back to school events, but we're always there. We always get a table set up so we can make a presence and let the families know we're there. If they have any questions, they can come to us. So yeah.
Can you first tell us when the special needs rodeo is?
The rodeo is July 18th. It starts at 10 a.m. and goes to, I believe, 1 p.m. I do know it starts at 10.
July 10th?
No, July 18th.
What is it here?
It's here in Junction City at the rodeo arena. Yeah. Oh, yeah, over there. And the rodeo queens will be there. We'll have horseback rides. We'll have steer roping instruction, carriage rides again. We'll have an opening ceremony where the Girl Scouts will present the colors, and food also. We'll be having barbecue, burgers, hot dogs, things like that, and some giveaways for the families that show up, and T-shirts. Um, so the families that sign up and register, we'll provide them the annual T-shirt that we provide annually. It says, what is it? Special EFMP Special Needs Rodeo, and it will have all the sponsors on the back. Represent.
That's where we come in.
That's where that's where the Optimist Club comes in. Absolutely. That's a huge part because when families do show up, they like getting their shirts. They put them on right away. Yeah.
Maybe you and Chris want to team up on this one, but can you describe for those who haven't seen the cattle roping? What does that look like?
So
Steer roping.
So obviously it's not an actual steer. So what they have is a hay bale, and they kind of have this a steer head on a stick, and it gets shoved into a hay bale. And last year it was a younger gentleman actually. He was no more than 12, 13 years old, teaching the rest of the kids how to rope these steers. I'll tell you what, he knows how to rope them. Like, I was pretty impressed by his skills. But yeah, he teaches them how to twirl the lasso around their head, and how to flip it onto the steer's horns, and then pull it tight on them. And the kids enjoyed that actually. I think they enjoyed that more than getting on the back of a horse and riding it around. So that was a big attraction at there. But yeah, it was a good time. Mm-hmm. Pretty interesting.
So they actually get on a horse, and are they led by someone?
They are led. They do get led by one of the Mr. Daryl is there. He's the one that leads the rodeo association. It's Daryl and another gentleman. But yeah, there's different people that do lead them by the reins. They don't let them go off. But the horses are very tame. They're used to all the commotion. They didn't flinch to anything. So very, very safe environment. Also the horse carriage, they can get in the back of the carriage, and there's those big horses. What are they? Clydesdales. And they pull the carriage around. They go all around the property. The I don't know what the captain of the carriage, I guess you would call him. Give him a little history on the horses, and Junction City Rodeo Association.
Who has the class, the Clydesdale horses?
They're not Clydesdale. There's some other name. It's a French name, I think.
Oh,
They're
okay.
huge.
Right.
Yeah,
And they have the hair on the,
yeah,
near the hooves, but they're
Yeah.
not Clydesdale. They
Yeah.
look like they're black.
Oh, okay.
yeah. They're the big ones.
They're the big horses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot the name too. I go with Clydesdale because those
Yeah.
are big ones too. So
Clydesdale.
yeah, yeah. No, these things are pretty
huge.
massive. Yeah.
They're the ones that Ben Bennett used to take care of dry months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's there.
Mhm.
They are there.
We also bring out vendors too. Last year we had CYS, of course, a representative from the Child and Youth Services on Fort Riley that deal with childcare and school. Were out there with us to present what they had to offer. And we had a special one too, Project Guardian. They're out of Manhattan, and Project Guardian was a really popular one because it was new to the families. And what I don't know if you're familiar with Project Guardian, but we're actually trying to bring it over here to JC as well. What they do is they set up profiles with the police department with family members that have special needs, such as like autism, even adults with dementia or Alzheimer's. That way, if they get lost, if they have elopement issues, they have a profile. When they report, it gets sent out to the vehicles, the patrol that's out there looking for them, and they know, hey, this person, they have triggers. Like the color yellow will trigger. So make sure you don't present any yellow to them. Or yellow is their favorite color, they'll be attracted to it. So show them something yellow and they'll come to you. And it'll have different behaviors listed in there so they know how to approach that individual. And they have a profile picture as well. And we actually got a lot of families to participate in that program and make a profile for their children too. So that's another reason. It was exclusively in Riley County. And late last year, we were working on bringing it over here to Geary County in Fort Riley, so we can set that up as well. It should be set up right now. Last I checked, I didn't get a response, but I'm working on following that because we really need that out here as well for the families here in Geary County.
Are you seeing an increase or a decrease in families especially?
Last year was the increase. This year it's kind of on a level plateau right now. So not recently, unless you count last year's recent. But yeah, what we see a lot of is allergy issues with a lot of food allergies, a lot of seasonal allergies. But as far as like physical and emotional, it's pretty average for ongoing cases.
How many people does it take to put on the special needs rodeo?
Well, all of EF&P, all of the Junction City Rodeo Association, but we also bring in. We like to have at least 10 volunteers to help with setup and tear down. So total, I know last year total was I think 23 to be exact. I did the numbers and I'm pretty sure it was 23 people and that's including volunteers that were able to put it all together, bring all the outside entities that help fund this and get it going, set up, tear down, things like that.
Chris is always there.
I'll try this year. I didn't make it last year, but I'm definitely gonna be there this year.
Last year we had the family advocacy program and the victim advocacy program come out and help us. They're with ACS as well, and that's James Cowlins and Marvin Springer. They came out and they were the cooks. They were on the grill. They did a fantastic job. So you guys can make it out there. Come grab a dog or a burger because they do good on the grill with that. So.
What time is lunch?
They fire up the grill early to get it nice and hot, and about 10:30, 11 o'clock, that's the sweet spot. They want to have food ready. That way, families show up, they check in, they can go see the horses and do some activities, grab a bite, and then continue on. So about 11 o'clock is the sweet spot, I'd say. Mhm.
Other questions for Sean? All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So we have a presentation for you, and, so let's see. Let's do it over here by the closing sign, banner,
Okay.
and, just hold a blank check.
Okay.